Watch carefully. The next time someone criticizes you, disagrees with you, or tries to provoke you, don't focus on them. Focus on yourself. Because in that moment, something important is revealed. Who is in control? Them or you? Most people fail this test every single day without realizing it. A rude comment ruins their mood. A disagreement ruins their day. A setback destroys their focus. And they call it normal. But here's the truth. The more your emotions are controlled by external events, the less control you have over your own life. And in a world designed to grab your attention, trigger your reactions, and keep you emotionally engaged, learning how to stay calm may be one of the most valuable skills you can develop. Today, we're going to talk about the hidden power of not reacting immediately, not suppressing emotion, not pretending nothing bothers you, but learning how to respond instead of react. And that changes everything. Most people spend their lives on autopilot. Something happens, they react. Someone disagrees with them, they react. Someone criticizes them, they react. A plan falls apart, they react. The pattern is so common that most people never question it. But think about it. How many decisions have you regretted because they were made in a moment of anger? How many arguments started because neither person paused before speaking? How many opportunities were lost because frustration took over? The biggest mistakes in life rarely happen during moments of calm. They happen during moments of emotional reaction. That's why emotional control isn't just a personal development skill, it's a life skill, because every important area of life benefits from it. Relationships, business, leadership, friendships, sports, even your own peace of mind. The interesting part is that emotional control doesn't mean becoming emotionless. That's a misconception. Strong people aren't people who never feel anger. They're people who don't allow anger to make decisions for them. Strong people aren't people who never feel fear. They're people who don't let fear dictate their actions. There's a huge difference. Think about the calmest person you've ever met. What makes them stand out? Usually it's not their appearance, it's not their status, it's not their words. It's their presence. While everyone else is rushing, they're composed. While everyone else is arguing, they're listening. While everyone else is reacting, they're thinking. And that creates an advantage most people overlook. Because when you're not consumed by emotion, you can actually see what's happening. You notice details. You recognize patterns. You make better decisions. And often, that's the difference between success and regret. Imagine two people facing the exact same situation. Both receive harsh criticism. The first person reacts immediately. They become defensive. They argue. They try to prove themselves. Hours later, they're still thinking about it. Still upset. Still emotionally invested. The second person pauses. They listen. They ask themselves a simple question. Is there anything useful here? If the answer is yes, they learn from it. If the answer is no, they move on. Same criticism, completely different outcome. One person gave away their energy, the other kept it. That's the power of emotional control. Not because it makes you superior, but because it keeps you focused on what actually matters. So how do you develop this skill? Start with awareness. Pay attention to your triggers. What instantly frustrates you? What makes you defensive? What makes you lose patience? Everyone has triggers. The goal isn't to eliminate them. The goal is to recognize them. Because you can't manage what you don't notice. Second, create a pause. When emotions rise, slow down. Take one breath, then another. Those few seconds can completely change the direction of a conversation. The pause is where better decisions are made. Third, learn the difference between reacting and responding. A reaction is automatic. A response is intentional. Reactions are driven by emotion. Responses are guided by thought. The more often you choose responses over reactions, the stronger this skill becomes. And like any skill, it improves with practice. Not in major life crises, in everyday moments. Traffic, long lines, disagreements, unexpected setbacks. Small moments become training grounds. Every calm response is a repetition. Every pause strengthens the habit. Every time you choose composure over impulse, you're building something valuable. There's another skill that goes hand in hand with emotional control. Being comfortable with silence. Most people rush to fill every pause. They over-explain, they defend themselves. They keep talking because silence feels uncomfortable. But confidence often sounds quieter than people expect. Confident people don't feel the need to explain everything. They don't need to win every debate. They don't need the last word. They understand that not every opinion requires a response. Sometimes the strongest thing you can do is listen. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is wait. And sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Not because you've given up, because you've chosen not to waste energy on something that doesn't deserve it. That's maturity. That's discipline. And it's becoming increasingly rare. But there's one more thing. A lot of people believe self-control is about controlling the world around them. It's not. The strongest people understand something different. They stop trying to control everything. They stop trying to control what others think. They stop trying to control every outcome. They stop trying to control every situation. Instead, they focus on the one thing that is always within reach: themselves. Because no matter where you go, there will always be uncertainty. People will misunderstand you. Plans will fail. Opportunities will disappear. Some people will support you, others won't. That's life. The question isn't whether challenges will come. The question is who you'll be when they arrive. Will you panic? Will you blame? Will you react? Or will you stay grounded? Because character is not revealed when life is easy. Character is revealed when life becomes difficult. Anybody can stay positive when they're winning. Anybody can stay calm when everything is going their way. But when pressure arrives, when things don't go according to plan, when disappointment hits, that's when your habits take over. That's when your training shows. And that's why the small moments matter. Every time you choose patience over impulse, you become stronger. Every time you stay calm during frustration, you become stronger. Every time you pause before reacting, you become stronger. Not overnight, not instantly, but gradually, quietly, day by day. Most people underestimate the power of small decisions. They think transformation happens in one big moment. It doesn't. It happens in thousands of tiny choices nobody sees. The choice to stay composed, the choice to listen, the choice to think before speaking, the choice to remain focused when distractions are everywhere. Those moments don't look important, but they build the person you're becoming. And eventually, something changes. The things that used to upset you lose their power. The situations that used to stress you no longer control your mood. The opinions that once bothered you become easier to let go of, not because you've become cold, not because you've stopped caring, but because you've become centered. You've learned the difference between feeling an emotion and being controlled by it. And that lesson is life-changing, because a calm mind sees opportunities that a distracted mind misses. A focused mind makes decisions that an emotional mind regrets. A disciplined mind creates results that an impulsive mind never achieves. That's why emotional control isn't just about staying calm. It's about creating a better future. Every great achievement requires consistency. Every meaningful goal requires patience. And both become impossible when emotions are driving every decision. The truth is simple. You don't need to react to everything. You don't need to prove yourself to everyone. You don't need to win every argument. You don't need to carry every insult. You don't need to answer every criticism. Sometimes the best decision is to move forward, quietly, confidently, without looking back. Because your future is too valuable to be controlled by temporary emotions. So from this day forward, pay attention. Notice what pulls at your emotions. Notice what steals your focus. Notice what makes you lose control. Then practice. Pause. Breathe. Observe. Choose. Again and again, until calm becomes natural. Until discipline becomes automatic. Until your response becomes stronger than your impulse. Because at the end of the day, success isn't built by the loudest people. It's built by the most consistent, the most disciplined, the most resilient. The people who can stay focused when others get distracted. The people who can stay steady when others lose control. The people who understand that real strength isn't about dominating others. It's about mastering yourself. And when you master yourself, everything else becomes easier. Not because life gets easier, but because you become stronger. And that's where real confidence begins. Not in what you have, not in what others think, but in knowing that no matter what happens, you can handle it. Stay calm, stay disciplined, stay focused, and keep moving forward. Before you click away, answer this honestly. What's one situation that triggers you the most? Criticism? Disrespect? Impatience? Stress? Drop your answer in the comments. I read them all, and your answer might help someone realize they're not alone in what they're working through. If this video challenged the way you think, hit the like button and subscribe. Not because motivation changes lives. Action does. And every video on this channel is designed to help you build the habits, mindset, and discipline needed to become the best version of yourself. Until next time, stay calm, stay focused, stay steady.